Okay, can you, so what you're saying is that Cornell University
Uh-huh.
was where the Black Panthers took over because they did not have an African American study at Cornell University, and the Black Panthers took over in order to create that.
I don't know if it was in order to create that, but after they did that, they established an African Studies
No,
department.
that's a very deep topic right there because Richmond, Virginia was the capital of Confederacy.
Yeah, yeah,
And it seems like
yeah. I
people,
know.
do not understand exactly what that meant or what it even means till today.
Yeah,
They're finally just
exactly.
bringing down the statue of Robert E. Lee and
Yeah,
General Stewart.
but the mentality has not changed.
Well, see, the problem, I mean, actually, that's exactly, well, it has not totally changed. When
Uh-huh.
change, especially good change, it takes a while
Yeah,
for it to really take its root. But once it happens, it's over,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
So, really bringing down the statues definitely was a step. You
It was a
understand?
step because they have been trying since I was living in Richmond.
That's what I'm saying.
Firecrackers was like,
That's
oh,
what yours truly is saying. Yours truly is simply telling the Jamaatul Muslimin that we have a responsibility here in the Richmond, Virginia, because of the fact that this was indeed, and the first masjid, we were there just yesterday. The very first masjid. A lot of people do not know that the
where?
very first masjid in Richmond, Virginia, is named after Bilal radiallahu anhu.
Oh, Master Bilal, yeah. I like it that Master Bilal. People can say whatever they want about Master Bilal, but they never made me feel uncomfortable. They were never
Well. I
evil.
mean, I'm gonna go to the extent on the fact that it really is a developing area. It's just waiting to
It
blast and boom.
is. It
That,
is.
especially. I mean, you know how things work in Richmond. You really have to give it some grinding, and you really have to give it some persistency. You really have to give it some
Yes.
dedication. If you
I think
stay,
that's that. I don't know. My current husband from Atlanta. I like the Muslims at the Atlanta Masjid. Is also Wafdeen Mahan. Well, I don't know if it's Wafdeen anymore because a
GPS
lot of
signal lost.
families got together and went to Senegal and Gambia to learn Deen.
Mm.
So a lot of them are connected now with Senegal and going back and forth there and things like that there. But I don't know. I just Mashallah law is just not ever going to be the same. A broken
Well,
heart.
see, here's the problem. It's like when people have something, they don't realize what they really do have, right? But
Until
it
it's gone.
until
Until it's
well, see,
gone.
yeah, let's not even get to until it's gone part yet. Let's just say that when people,
Yeah.
what they don't realize what it is that they have. Let's just stop
Yeah.
right there, right? When the imam left, the original imam, when they left the masjid, that's where the the cards started to fall.
What Imam?
Shajara.
Sheikh Jarrah? It was falling when he was there.
No doubt
If you
about
don't
that.
have
But what
strong
happens?
Muslim families, you don't
Listen,
have a strong Muslim community.
listen. Again, no question. There's some ingredients missing. Okay.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know. I
However,
know about the whole
however,
situation.
trials and tests. The imam that stands and the imam that
Yeah,
thrives through it. This is from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. You cannot get any better
yeah,
than that. Not get any. And by the way, he was quite. I mean, he could read Arabic very well, and he could understand what he read very
yes,
well.
and that was the important thing, and that's what the Muslims in the community needed.
Right. So
They
that's why
needed
I said,
the
I mean,
knowledge that he had
I
and
read the
living on it.
reports. I read the reports from the retired imam's office, so I really know what I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you. You
So
just
they
got to
really have a business called the Retired Imam's Office?
listen. I personally had the plates back in 1998. Okay, there's a brother. Every time I see him, when I came to Richmond,
Uh-huh.
I called him my best friend. He still has those plates. They go back to 1999, retired imam plates.
Wow.
So what it is that was The Quran is very, very clear. The Quran is extremely clear. It will clarify what it is that is true, and it will substantiate it, and it will aid it, and it will fulfill the promise that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala specified there. Likewise, it will refute what is not befitting to a believer and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way, sunnat Allah. So it will refute that, and whoever wants to accept, alhamdulillah. Whoever doesn't want to accept, that's between them.
May Allah guide him.
Listen, yahdi Allah liman yasha. Okay, the guidance.
Yeah. But you know what? You know.
But see, no. Let me say one more thing though. Let me say one more thing. Okay, the prophets alayhimu salatu wassalam were told to convey the message, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them a reason, and He clarified, especially through Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. So He said to them, you know, the likes of them, don't you see how they wind it up? And you have, you know, Fir'aun and the Zumala'i. So that's the point now. If you really have what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said and you embodied it and you're actually, you know, practicing what He said, you will follow all the way through. You know, you won't really, I mean, there's no better information than the information of Allah.
No, you're right. You're totally right.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now, we're going to have to continue, you know, this very important topic on, you know, how again, they have been labeled Imamul Kadhibin, Imamul Munafiqin, Imamul Fasidin, Imamul... Yes! Imamul... It's all on the YouTube channel. And it's because of what they have been doing to the, you know, indigenous, or if you may, anyone who they think they are higher than that person in status. And what is clarifying it is the sadaqah and the zakah. Someone came and they gave, you know, a lecture on sadaqah and zakah. And they mentioned like 8, you know, categories. They were correct about the categories. Yeah, they gave a good definition of each word, but they never looked into the specifics of the category itself. You understand? It's like, you know, if you know tajweed, so you're told, you know, ahkamu nunu sakin wa tanween, arba. And so you're told, udhkur huruf al-idgham, and then you say, sorry, no knowledge.
You're crazy. Don't laugh at people's ignorance.
Well, see, the point, I just hope you understand the point. The point of the matter is this. The point of, you know, now, alhamdulillah, we're grandchildren, you know. Well, we're grandchildren, yes, but we also are grandparents. You know, I myself, I have a grandbaby. You know.
You have a grandbaby?
Can you? Yes, I mean, again, 1999. You were 15.
You be around a grandkid. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So we're getting there, you know. Well, technically, I mean, well, you know, it's nice to be. What I'm saying is that you know, my older brother, he's really the grandfather, and I am his brother. Get it? All right. I'm telling you, the very important point about these topics, I'm telling you, these topics are really, they're juicy. People need to know about them. In order for, you know, again, for the Black Panthers, now we have a regiment. We're going to have to name it Black Panthers. And this is where they're called in to take over the Richmond, Virginia, so that we can know our heritage and be given the African-American historical first-time everlastingly museum in Richmond, Virginia for the Quranic Revolution of 2021. People need to come to understand Islam coming to Richmond in its very, very first time. Masjid Bilal, again, goes back 50 years.
Yeah.
That's a very long time. And the way that you're treating Bilal radiallahu anhu is unacceptable. It is, this is aggression against the Quran, because any aggression against the people of the Quran is aggression against the Quran itself. So I'm going to say that again. This aggression will not stand. This aggression against the Quran, against the people of the Quran, will not stand. The junta is very adamant about that. And, I've read the correspondence, okay, and it's very clear. Everyone has to, accept that in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if they say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
I will speak to you a different time.
Inshallah, yes, we will continue. Jazakallahu khairan. Thank you for that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.